Hello everyone, this is Prempal. The title of my presentation is High Speed Silicon Wet Bulk Micro Machining of Silicon 111 in QH based solution. This is the list of co-authors in this work. These are the outline of my talk. Introduction, in which I will talk very briefly about micro machining. I will focus more on wet bulk micro machining in MEMS. And the main topic of this research is bulk micromachining characteristic of pure and NH2OH added 28% KOH, in which I will discuss etch rate, etching mechanism, surface morphology, undercutting, and at last conclusion of this work. Silicon bulk micromachining and MEMS fabrication is classified in two categories: dry bulk micromachining and wet bulk micromachining. Dry bulk micromachining is carried out using dry etching. This technique has several advantages. For example, it is directional, by which we can fabricate microstructure with vertical side wall. We can fabricate very small structure, so that's why it is compatible with surface micromachining technology. The biggest drawback of this technique, it is not suitable to remove underneath material to fabricate the freestanding structure. And one more, that it is not suitable for the fabrication of slanted side wall. Of course, it requires expensive equipment. On the other hand, wet bulk micromachining, which is performed using wet etching, it has many advantages. For example, it is low cost because it needs very simple setup, and it is suitable for the fabric batch process because at a time we can process number of wafers and we can fabricate it slanted side wall, for example 45-degree mirror, 54.7-degree side wall, and it is highly suitable to remove the underneath material to fabricate suspended structure. This is done through the undercutting process, and it is used for the surface texturing of silicon surface for solar cell application. But biggest disadvantage associated with technique, it is not suitable for conformal etching. We cannot make microstructure with vertical side wall. Because this research work is focused on wet bulk micromachining, so I will talk more about wet bulk micromachining. So wet bulk micromachining is further divided in two categories: isotropic etching and anisotropic etching. In isotropic etching, the etch rate does not depend upon the crystallographic direction. The common etchant for silicon isotropic etching is the composition of hydrofluoric acid, nitric acid, and acetic acid. In short, it is called HNA. And the etch rate of silicon in isotropic etching depend upon the composition of these three chemicals. In anisotropic etching, etch rate depend upon the crystallographic direction, and most common etchant are KOH and TMAH. And anisotropic etching is most widely used in MEMS fabrication and surface texturing of silicon surface for solar cell application. What can be made using wet bulk micromachining? We can make many kinds of structure using wet bulk micromachining. For example, cavity and grooves, cantilever beam, and diaphragm for different application, proof mass for accelerometer, and 45-degree mirror for optical application, grating with slanted wall, grating with vertical wall, grating with sharp edges, particle filter, and electrostatically driven diaphragm pump, an active microwall with integrated bimetallic actuators, AFM tip for surface characterization, microelectrode array, microneedles, and microfluidic channel with multiple reservoir, and freestanding structure and silicon 111 wafer with controlled gap between the suspended structure and bottom. And these are the SEM picture of microstructure fabricated using wet bulk micro machine. So here we can see a wide range of MEMS structure can be fabricated using wet bulk micro machine. And if we talk about the application of wet bulk micro machining, it has many applications. The structure which are fabricated using wet bulk micro machining used for many applications. For example, cantilever beams are used for sensing application, 45-degree mirror for optical application, cantilever beam with a tip is used as a AFM tip, diaphragm used for capacitive pressure sensor, and micro wall and micro pump, and wet etching and isotropic etching is used to fabricate microneedles for biomedical applications. And there are many etchants have been investigated for silicon wet anisotropic etching. These are potassium hydroxide, tetramethylammonium hydroxide, ethylene diamine pyrocortical water, hydrazine, sodium hydroxide, cesium hydroxide. Out of these etchants, KOH and TMAH most extensively used in silicon wet anisotropic etching to perform wet bulk micromachining. These two etchants have their own pros and cons. For example, potassium hydroxide, it provides high anisotropy between 100 and 111 and 110 and 111. It exhibits higher H rate in comparison to TMAH, but the main drawback of this HN, it is incompatible with CMOS process since it contains K plus ions. It exhibits poor selectivity between silicon and SiO2. In the common H-mask material for KOH solution are silicon nitride, chromium, and gold. In the case of tetramethylammonium hydroxide, that is TMAH, the main advantages are it is compatible with CMOS process, it exhibits high selectivity between silicon and silicon dioxide. The major drawback of this HN, in comparison to KOH, it provides poor anisotropy between 100 and 111 and 110 and 111. It exhibits lower H rate in comparison to KOH. Most common H-mask material in TMAH are SiO2, silicon nitride, chromium. And if we talk about the wet anisotropically etched profile in different orientation silicon wafer, it depends upon the orientation of the wafer. For example, if we have a circular shape mask opening, rectangular shape, and arbitrary shape mask opening on 100 oriented wafer, if we do the etching, we get rectangular shape cavity formed by 111 side walls. If we do the etching of the same pattern on 110 wafer, we end up with hexagonal shape cavity which are formed by 111 vertical and slanted side walls. If the same thing is done on 111 wafer, although the etch rate of 111 wafer is slowest, but if we do the etching of mask pattern in 111 wafer, we get hexagonal shape cavity. In that case, the bottom as well as the side walls are formed by 111 plane. This kind of wafer, or you can say the 111 wafer, is used for a specific application. It is used for the fabrication of complicated structure using deep reactive ion etching assisted wet anisotropic etching. So here you can see the microstructure freestanding in which we can control the gap between the bottom surface and the freestanding structure. Bulk micromachining characteristic of pure and NH2O added 28% KOH. Whenever we characterize an etchant, so we characterize three etching characteristics: etch rate, that is the etch depth per unit time, and undercutting at convex corner and mask edges, and etch surface morphology. So I will discuss one by one. In pure and TNH2 added 28% KOH. This diagram shows the etch rate of silicon 111 in pure and NH2OH added KOH. If we see, when we are adding the NH2OH, etch rate is increasing significantly. It keep on increasing as the concentration of NH2OH increases, and it start decreasing when the concentration of NH2OH increases beyond 15%. And the same trend was observed on 100 and 111 wafer in our previous work. So here what I would like to say, the high etch rate is very useful for high speed silicon wet bulk micromachining for enhancing the industrial production, because an etch rate is very high, so we need less time for etching to achieve required depth, cavity, or to fabricate freestanding structure. And SiO2 is most widely used as a mask material as well as a structure layer. So study of the etch rate of SiO2 and pure and surfactant, NH2OH added KOH is very important. So this figure shows the etch rate of silicon dioxide in pure and NH2OH added KOH. Now you can see the etch rate of SiO2 is increasing with increasing NH2OH. But if we see the selectivity between silicon and SiO2, in NH2OH added KOH, it is significantly high in comparison to pure KOH. So what we can conclude from here, the NH2OH added KOH is very much suitable to use silicon dioxide as a etch mask as well as a structure layer. This is the schematic diagram indicating the selectivity between silicon and SiO2. Poor selectivity means there is some etch rate of silicon dioxide, but better selectivity between silicon and oxide means etch rate of silicon dioxide is negligible in comparison to silicon. So by adding the NH2OH in KOH, we can increase the selectivity. We talk about the etching mechanism of silicon, why the etch rate is increasing. So if we see very briefly about the etching mechanism in pure alkaline solution, which is reported by many researchers, it is taken two steps, the oxidation, and another second step is the removal of silicon atom. In oxidation is done in two-way: chemical oxidation and electrochemical oxidation. In the oxidation process, H terminated surface become OH terminated. In OH, because of the higher electronegativity of oxygen, the backbone of silicon is weakened, which is easily attacked by polar water molecule that remove the silicon atom from the surface. The same two steps happen in case of NH2OH added alkaline solution. Means oxidation, in which the H atom is replaced by OH, and the etching process, or you can say the removal of the surface atom, in which the weakened backbone of the silicon is attacked by water molecule and silicon atom are removed from the surface. And if we see the reactive species in NH2OH, these are more. In this case, we have NH2O minus and OH minus and H2O. So in pure alkaline solution, only these two species, OH minus and H2O. But in NH2OH, we have one more reactive species. So that's why H rate in NH2OH And edge surface morphology and roughness, you can see here, it is not affected. Surface roughness and morphology is not affected significantly by the addition of NH2. Undercutting, which is very important to study when we have to fabricate freestanding structure. This is the lateral undercutting at 110 mask edges along 112 direction. So now you can see here, if this NH2OH is added, the lateral undercutting rate is significantly increases. In this case, we have the cantilever shape mask pattern which has to be released by undercutting process. So in this case, we require the undercutting at 112 mask edges along 110 direction. So here you see the undercutting rate along 110 direction is increasing to a very high level when NH2OH is added. So highest undercutting is happening in 15% NH2OH added KOH solution. So here we can say by addition of the NH2OH we can increase the undercutting significantly so that we can release the microstructure in it last. So just to demonstrate this the application of this agent, so here we have the cantilever shape mask pattern. In this case, just mask clear is pattern on 111 wafer, and here after patterning of the mask layer, deep reactive ion etching is performed to make the control gap between the freestanding structure and the bottom surface. In both cases, the structure is released through the undercutting process because undercutting in NH2OH is very high. So that's why these structure can be released in. So these are the optical micrograph of the cantilever beam, or you can say the freestanding cantilever beam fabricated using NH2OH KOH solution. Conclusion of my talk: the etching characteristic of silicon 111 are systematically studied in pure and different concentration of NH2OH added 28% KOH for high-speed silicon wet bulk micromachining. The addition of 15% NH2OH provides optimal etching characteristic for high-speed silicon wet bulk micromachining, which can be exploited for research and industrial application. The etch rate considerably improves when NH2OH is added into KOH. The etch selectivity between the silicon 111 and SiO2 improves significantly, which is highly useful when oxide is used as a mask layer or a structure layer to fabricate freestanding structures. Edge surface roughness and morphology are not affected significantly. The addition of NH2OH improves lateral undercutting at non-111 mask edges significantly, which is greatly useful for the fabrication of MEMS structure in less etching time. To the best of our knowledge, it is the first time the etching characteristic of silicon 111 are studied in NH2OH added KOH for application in silicon wet bulk micromachining for the fabrication of MEMS structures. Thank you very much.